Recently, I have been receiving a lot of emails from different women asking questions about pregnancy, childbirth, early motherhood, and a lot of these questions are pretty similar, so I figured there were likely plenty of other women out there wondering the same things. So this video series is going to be an answer to those questions. So if you have something that you'd like to ask, go ahead and post it in the comments below. If you want it to be anonymous, which it absolutely can, you can email me at baileygaddis@yahoo.com. That email is in the description below. And so the question today comes from Morgan in North Carolina. Thanks so much for your question. She was asking, how do you prepare for the unexpected during childbirth? This can sometimes sound like an oxymoron, preparing for the unexpected. How can you even do that? And while you can't necessarily have like a specific plan for any particular thing that could possibly happen during childbirth, you can have some tools to set you up to feel empowered and relaxed no matter what kind of circumstance comes up during childbirth. So one of my first tips, especially if you are faced with a big decision that you need to make during childbirth, is to pause before you answer or you make a decision. Because so often when we make a snap decision, sometimes it's based on the opinions of everyone around us and doesn't truly resonate with what we want, with what our intuition would guide us to do. So closing your eyes, taking some deep breaths, really tuning into your intuition and giving yourself like at least 5 minutes before you make that big decision. And of course, sometimes we want to have the facts. If we have a care provider that is recommending a certain intervention, of course, ask every question you can think of. Make sure that you really have all of the information. And then once you do, maybe ask the care provider to even leave the room so you can quietly think about it on your own, so you can discuss it with your partner, but to really, really remember that every decision during childbirth is up to you. And I say that as something that should be empowering, not something that should be overwhelming. You should feel empowered to make all of the decisions during childbirth because it is your body and it's your baby. And of course you can get input from your care provider. Hopefully they can offer some really illuminating information. Of course you want to talk to your partner about that if you have a partner there, but ultimately you should feel empowered to make the final choice. So taking that long pause, breathing, tuning into your intuition. And something else that is important to remember that can help you face the unexpected during childbirth is that you are your care provider's client. You're not their patient. So you don't just have to blindly do everything that they say. You get the right to, again, ask those questions and to see it more as a partnership than you just blindly following your care provider. So again, ask questions and remember that you are empowered and you have the right to make whatever decision that feels best for you. You can tell them, for example, no, you know what? As long as I'm healthy and my baby's healthy, I don't want to be induced right now. If we get to a situation where that would be the best thing for the health of me and my baby, yeah, I'll consider it. But as of right now, I'm saying no to that intervention. I was recently at a birth and man, this mom was amazing. She was so empowered and she said no to her care provider so many times, and she ended up having a birth that was unexpected. It did not follow the path that she expected, but at the end of it, she felt incredibly empowered and she felt good about the decisions that she made. And this is not to say you're going to have to go head to head with your care provider, but to just remember that you can say no to them. And going back to the breathing, regardless of what unexpected circumstance comes up, if you have, anxiety or fear that comes along with that unexpected circumstance, taking a few moments to breathe, like really breathe deep, just fully focus on your breath, can help to take you out of the metaphorical emergency room where we freak out. We maybe go into our fight, flight, or freeze response, and it can shift you back over to a really calm place where you can make intuitive decisions. And with all of that said, if you get to the other side of your birth experience and you feel some regret, or you maybe feel frustrated with certain people or a decision that you made, you might have, big range of emotions that come up. And a lot of people like to say, well, you have a healthy baby, so just be happy. But that can be easier said than done. So just know that you have the right to maybe feel a little bit upset or to feel regret, and to allow yourself to move through those emotions by giving yourself some time and space whenever possible to maybe cry or journal or talk to a supportive friend that won't just say, well, just be happy, that will really listen to you and give you that long hug. And know that with time, you will start to assimilate with your birth experience and feel better about it, because I do truly believe that we have the birth experience we're meant to have, even if there are unexpected elements to it or elements of it that we wish were different. Ultimately, there are beautiful lessons in it, but you don't have to find those lessons right away. You can just be sad or be mad or feel whatever you're feeling, because that is really the most effective way to move through them. If we just push them down and say, no, I'm not angry, I feel great, I'm happy, those emotions will eventually bubble up. So it's best to just allow them to move through us as soon as possible, so we can get on with being a mother and finding that space of serenity and balance, at least as often as possible. So as a recap, when you're facing the unexpected, taking those long pauses, those deep breaths, tuning into your intuition, remembering that you are empowered to make the choices that feel the best to you. And again, remembering that you are your care provider's client, you're not their patient. Sending you lots of love, and remember, if you have any questions about this video or any other questions, please let me know and I'll be sure to answer them.